Y'all know the drill. Welcome to the Balking Dead, baby, where there is no sleep for the fucking wicked. But there are naps, because we got naps sometimes. If you don't know already, this show is sponsored by Prize Picks. If you haven't, go over there, use the promo code Pub Sports. First $100 match deposit on your first $100. So, go there. And guess what? Prize Picks today shot me over a free $40 to play with. So that was nice to wake up with. So I guess if you play with them, they send you bonuses too. So might as well sign up. And if you already haven't, use your wives too. We got a big fucking card today, guys. 11 games. It's Jackie Robinson Day. If you don't know already, we've always worn the number 42 on this date this year. Every year. This year, them 42s are in Dodger blue. So every fucking team is wearing Dodger blue today. Shout out to my guy up in the top running this show from behind the screen, Big Show. He said, Sharpie, you might need to be betting some 4-2 baseball games exact scores today. So I might be horse betting and throwing out a bunch of little bets just to see if it hits. Because that prop junkie's a degenerate too. So let's get into this long ass card, guys. Shout out to the chat. Smash the damn like if you haven't. First game out, we've got Yankees at Orioles. We've got Jordan Montgomery versus Jordan Lyles. The battle of the Jordans, and we're not talking Michael. Jordan Montgomery got tuned up last time out versus the Red Sox. Montgomery had a late spring and only pitched 55 pitches last time out, so I don't expect him to go more than 75 today. Last year, he was 1-0 with an ERA of 3.33 and 5 appearances versus the Orioles, but he only went 6 innings one time. Orioles versus left-handed pitchers this year are batting 195 with a crappy 586 OPS and 77 at-bats. They're not really seeing lefties right now, guys. And Jordan Lyles, same division, guys. So I like to stay out of games where a pitcher sees somebody like that 6 fucking times. I'm cool, but as of right now, Orioles ain't seeing left-handed pitchers. Jordan Lyles, on the other hand, he's coming over from the Rangers. He got cracked by the Rays his first time out. He's got a career 5.23 ERA, and he's definitely fade when you can. His only start versus the Yankees last year came in Texas, where he went 6 innings, 6 hits, and only 1 run. He is a professional, so he will have some good games out there, guys. But more often than not, he is someone to fade. New York is batting 241 with a 718 OPS this year versus right-handed pitchers. So their power numbers are there. The average is about league average. Montgomery last year versus right-handed hitters had a 256 average, and left-handers hit 227 off of him. Well, Lyles last year, lefties hit 260 and righties hit a whopping 291 off of him. The guy ain't fooling too many people, guys. Mountcastle, he's batting 286 and 14 at-bats. Mancini's batting 429 and 21 at-bats. And Mullins is batting 316 and 14 at-bats versus Montgomery. So, yes, they're not seeing the ball well versus lefties, but they've seen this ball from him well. So to me, back in Jordan Montgomery today is I'm just not doing that. And I'd be looking at those Orioles bats today, but do come in mind that Yankees bullpen is legit. If he can get into that Yankees bullpen and he has the leader tied, it's going to be hard to get some hits after that. No Yankees have seen Jordan Lyles more than 5 at bats. But LeMahieu, who's batting 410 at bats, I'd be looking at right-handed, left-handed stacks from the Yankees today. The Orioles bullpen is nothing to write home about, and Jordan Lyles is nothing to write home about. The ball flies in Camden Park just as much as it does at Yankee Stadium. I don't expect him to be in there more than 4 or 5 innings. This is the AL East. He's used to pitching in a way easier division. He don't belong here, guys, and he's a fade. So on to the next game, baby. Long fucking day. We've got the A's at Blue Jays. Dalton Jeffries versus Ross Stripling, a.k.a. Chicken Strip. So if you're at a game, you're eating some chicken strips, and you're watching Ross Stripling, take a picture. He'll retweet you out because he's a lame. You're welcome. Dalton Jeffries, the 37th overall pick in the 2016 draft. He's 1-0 this year, and he's only pitched 22 innings last year in the majors and in AAA. He was not good, though, with a 4.91 ERA and 77 innings in AAA. Jays are batting 242 with a 757 OPS versus right-handed pitchers. That's pretty fucking good, guys. Ross Stripling, he's making a spot start for the Blue Jays. It's just to get starters rest. They planned this already. They just wanted to get the starters an extra day out there. He's pitched out the pin this year. His last 2 years, he's had a 5.2 ERA as a starter. He hasn't pitched versus Oakland since 2018. And to me, he's still a fade, guys. Oakland this year versus right-handed pitchers is batting 220 with a 695 OPS. Jeffrey's in the minors because he wasn't in the majors too long, so I had to go back into his minor league stats. Lefties hit 231 while righties hit 185. And Stripling, left-handed hitters hit 218 while right-handed hitters crushed to a 270 tune off of him. So I'd be looking at some A's batters on the right-handed side for sure. And with Jeffries, you can't go wrong, guys, looking at them Blue Jays. When they're rolling, they're rolling. When they're not, they're not. But versus right-handed pitchers this year, they haven't been rolling. They've been smashing left-handed pitching. So this might be a sneaky spot start for Jeffries if you're looking at DraftKings and want a cheap pitcher versus a team that crushes fucking people. Jeffries might be your sneaky guy of the day today. No one has seen either pitcher more than 2 at-bats, guys. That's going to favor these pitchers at least the first time around. So if you're looking at no-run first inning, it'll probably be plus money at this. There's going to be advantages to the pitchers because these hitters haven't seen them. Can't hate looking at batters on each side, like I said. I think one of these stacks are going to hit today. It's just which stack are you going to pick and ride with? The Blue Jays do have the better bullpen, but Oakland's bullpen hasn't been that bad. Their late-in guys have been dominant. Their 8th, 9th inning guys have done their job this year. So if they do have the lead, they've shown to buckle down and close the door. Enough of talking about that game. Let's get to the next game. And if you're watching over there on the Twitter world, hit the damn link and join the chat. Come join the fucking crew. We got the Big Show. We got Sean. We got the homie Sam. We got James. We got the Pub fucking Culture crew. We got the Pub Sports crew. So come on over and fucking pub out. Throw us your fucking insights. Ask me some questions. A lot of you guys be asking me questions on Twitter. I'll answer you all day. But if I got time now, shoot them out and I'll answer them while we're in the game. Next game out, we've got the San Francisco Giants at the Guardians. Carlos Rodon versus Zach Plesac. Rodon, guys, I'm fucking super high on if you didn't know already. Last week, you'll know this week. He is my top-rated left-handed pitcher in all of baseball. He's in my top 6 pitchers of all of baseball coming into the season fantasy purposes, at least for the first half of the season. The guy hasn't pitched more than 180 innings his career, normally about that 125-ish. So that's when I want to ride Rodon, is up until that 125 innings limit, and then I'll back off. But until then, we're going to ride on this horse, guys. Last game out, he gave up 1 earned run, 12 strikeouts in 5 innings. Fucking dominant. For a 2-pitch pitcher to be this good in the fucking big leagues, he is a fastball slider pitcher. He will throw you 97 up high, and he's going to fucking smoke you with a nasty breaker from the same arm slot. Most pitchers can't hang 2-pitch pitchers in the big leagues. Carlos Rodon can. If he ever gets a 3rd pitch, watch the fuck out, big leagues. And the Giants, guarantee you, are working on that. Rodon had a 2-0 ERA he was 2-0 with a 2.7 ERA, 23 strikeouts in 20 innings versus the Guardians last year. He did pitch for the White Sox, so he has seen this team. Same division, once again, guys. Guardians are hitting left-handed pitching to a tune of 324 with a 993 OPS. Holy fuck, right? Nah. Look into it. 37 at-bats. Nah. Talk to me when we get closer to those 100 at-bats. It's going to even out, in my opinion. Zach Plesac, he was solid in his first time out, going 5 innings, 0 runs versus the Royals. His splits last year, 4 ERA at home and a 5+ on the road. We've got him at home today. He has a career 3.86 ERA, and last year he had bad post All-Star breaks. He pitched more innings ever in his life, and he was gassed. So once again, like Rodon, a lot of these guys, once they hit their inning limits with me, to me it matters. To some people it don't. They're tired. They've never pitched that long. I forgive him for how bad he was at the end of the season because I've seen his innings limit. Right-handed batters this year for the Sox are hitting 260 with a 776 OPS. in 131 at bats. So they've got a decent sample size, and they are humming versus lefties, not so humming versus righties. Left-handed hitters hit Rodon 240 last year, while right-handers only 175. Plesac, left-handed hitters hit him 234, while right-handed hitters hit him a 260 clip. No Giants have seen Plesac, while Jose Ramirez is the only Guardian with more than 10 at-bats, and he was struggling versus Rodon 207. I'm looking for a well-pitched game, guys, on both sides. I'm getting the better bat with the Giants from a right-handed side. I'm getting the better pitcher, in my opinion. I'm looking at riding Rodon today. I'm going to look at his fantasy score. I'm going to look at his strikeouts. I believe I have an alternate K-prop one out already, and they done bumped his up 2 from last week, so I have to do a little more digging into Rodon. But Rodon should be good for a 90-pitch inning, so he should be good for at least 5 to 6 solid innings, 90-plus pitches. So I can't hate on anybody looking at his K-prop, looking at to ride Rodon. His day-night splits were a run better at night. He's at night. His home-road splits were pretty much the same. So you're getting Rodon at night versus a team he's done well against. I don't hate anybody looking at that. Plesac on the other side, I think he can hold up his own too. So no run first inning in this. I think this is sneaky, guys. I think you're getting 2 pitchers coming in, pitching well, and I think they could do their job in this game. So that I will be looking at. Next game, guys, we got the fucking Tampa Bay Rays versus those Chicago White Sox. We like White Sox versus left-handers. We don't like White Sox versus right-handers. Let's get into that. I'm sure y'all already know that shit. But what up, my guy, the real DX? I see you, my guy. We got Drew Rasmussen versus Dylan Cease. Rasmussen has a career 3.4 ERA. But since moving to Tampa Bay, the pitcher's fucking haven, guys. They know how to work on pitching just like the Giants. They make you better. He's had a 2.4 ERA since being on the Tampa Bay Rays. Last year was his first real taste of the majors, and he smoked through the minors with a 2.7 ERA and 85 innings pitched. He had 119 strikeouts. White Sox versus right-handed batters, they're only hitting 201 with a 554 OPS. Not good, guys. They're not seeing the ball from the right-handed side. Dylan Cease was fucking dominant the first time out versus the Tigers. So can you really take that into account? Sorry, Big Show. No offense. I know you're a Tiger guy, but I mean, can you really take that into account if you're dominant versus the Tigers? So that's to be said. He went 80 pitches last time out, so he should be good to go from the 90 to 100. They're going to keep opening this guy up. Last season, his splits were drastic, a 3.18 ERA at home and a 4.69 on the road. Day games, he had a 3 ERA, where at night he had a 4.47. So he's pitching at night and he's pitching at home. So he's worse at night, but yet he's better at home. What's going to give, guys? What's going to give? The Tampa Bay Rays are hitting 258 with a 757 OPS. That's pretty good versus righties, guys, but Dylan Cease does have a 12K per 9 ratio at home. So I will be looking at Dylan Cease today. I'll be looking at his strikeouts today. Do I think he can get hit? Yes. But does that still not mean strikeouts? This guy's shown at home that he's a better pitcher at home, and his Ks go up. So I'm going to ride that trend that he's shown me, and we're going to get us some Cease. Left-handed batters are hitting 202 versus Rasmussen, while right-handed batters were hitting 205, dude. This guy's been doing pretty fucking good. Cease left-handed hitters are hitting 226. Right-handed hitters are hitting 220. No one has seen these batters more than 2 at-bats. Both of these pitchers are solid pitchers, 3 to 2s in my eyes in any rotation. So I will be looking at this as a no-run first inning too. This is another one where I think Rasmussen could hang, and Dylan Cease should do Dylan Cease things. Just keep the ball from flying, and we'll be all right. Next game out. Angels at Rangers. Oh, God. You can't tell I didn't shave today. I got fucking waxed. Waxed yesterday. Like fucking 0-3 on my bets. Worst day of the year. Ugh. Kids are eating butter noodles tonight. No meat for them. No meat. Otani. Oh, well. On to today, where we got Reed Detmers versus Matt Bush. Reed Detmers, the 10th overall pick in the 2020 draft. Huh? 2020? Wait a second, dude. It's 2022. And this kid's in the big leagues? Angels must think really fucking high of this guy, huh? He was brought up last year for 6 games and got cracked with a 6.93 ERA. He was good for the minors, having a 3 ERA and 108 strikeouts in 62 innings. Damn. So they obviously think he's too fucking good for the minors and he needs to get his fucking feet wet in the majors. I expect some good games. I expect some bad games. He went up against an Astros team last time out. His strikeouts weren't there. Guess what? The Astros don't strike out the lefties. So don't take that into too effect. I would be looking at his K prop today, even though I still think he can get tuned the fuck up. I think the Ks will be there. His Ks were there in the spring with a 15K per 9, and he was humming into the spring up until he met those Astros the last time out, which I don't hate. Texas Rangers are humming versus left-handed pitchers. 327 with 1,078 OPS. Yikes. That's where I can see the runs, but I also can see the strikeouts. So I expect a little bit of a bounce back for Reed Detmers, but how big of a bounce back is that versus this team that smacks the ball? Matt Bush, guys. Ugh. I'm born in San Diego, so we know about Matt Bush. We took Matt Bush over Justin fucking Verlander in the draft. Holy shit! Boy, do they know what they're doing down there in San Diego, guys. Holy crap. He ended up going to prison for 3 years. And, hey, he's changed his way. We're not going to knock a guy for going to prison now, are we? Not this fucking show. So, yeah, so he's only going to open up for an inning. And they're having a COVID outbreak with pitchers. It was supposed to be Howard today. They brought up Garrett Richards. So I expect Garrett Richards to eat up the bulk of the innings. Garrett Richards, to me, is a fucking fade. Fade. Like the haircut I'm going to have to go get later on. We don't go to the barbershop if they throw that guy out there. So even if they don't, bullpen day, Texas Rangers have the worst ERA in baseball right now, guys. Don't be too much afraid of them. Their bullpen is trash, and we're going to just ride on some Angels bats today. Right-handed hitters for the Angels are batting 267, 815 OPS. They are struggling versus left-handed pitchers this year. Garrett Richards is a righty. I expect Garrett Richards to eat the bulk amount of innings, so Angels stack. Here we come today. Both bullpens are shaky, so I look to attack today literally by loading up on both sides. Reed Detmers, yes, could have a good game. He's going to have some good games inside some really bad games. But the way the Rangers are humming and the way they're seeing the ball right now, I can't bet on Reed Detmers for that. But if you wanted his K prop, couldn't hate you out one bit for looking at that because you're going to get some value on a guy who just went up versus the Astros last time out. Shout out to you guys. Smash the damn like if you haven't. It's a long show today, so I appreciate y'all for hanging in there. Hit the retweet. Get some people in this damn show. We want to hit some fucking records today, guys. Woo! If you're watching on Twitter, hit the damn link, guys. Come on over. Join the chat. Let's get to the monies, man. Next game out, we got the Tigers at the Royals. Tyreek Skubal versus Brad Keller. Damn, did I get fucking smacked rolling Skubal last week versus the White Sox. Oh, when are you going to learn? When are you going to learn? Real fucking quick. I will never, ever, 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 ever run Skubal versus the White Sox again. I'm sorry. If you fucking tailed me on that play, I'm even more sorrier. But the plays I give you, I bet with my own money. So we lost together, guys. We lost together. Tyreek Skubal, he got cracked, like I said, versus the left-handed destroyer Chicago White Sox. I do expect a bounce back from this kid. He did change his problem in the spring. Last year, he gave up 24 home runs out of his 36 home runs on the first or second pitch. He was too predictable in the first game out, throwing way too many first pitch fastballs. I expect him to regress, throwing a lot more first pitch changeups, pitching backwards in the count. For a guy with 95 plus gas, pitching backwards ain't the worst thing in baseball. So if he has control today, I expect a lot of strikeouts from Tyreek Skubal, guys. I know, though, I don't want to be playing this guy to win versus the division, and this is the division. Even though last time out, He was 1-2, and he has a 5 ERA versus this team in 4 appearances. Yikes. One quality start. So once again, guys, these division teams tend to hit him. Are the Royals going to get to him? They're hitting left-handed pitchers at a putrid 158, 554 OPS this year, but only 19 at bat. So really, you can't take those stats into effect. What I should have took was those damn White Sox into effect when I went into Tyreek Skubal. They have years and years of past history of crushing left-handed pitchers. So I expect a bounce back from Tyreek Skubal versus a team that is struggling a little bit from the left-handed side. Strikeout-wise. Brad Keller, though, on the other hand, he had a nice first game out versus a weak Guardians team last year. He had a 5+ home away ERA. 2 games versus the Tigers last year, he went 1-on-1 with a 6.5 ERA with 1 quality start. So in one of those games, he was bad. One of those games, he was good. Both games, he gave up 8 hits at least. So I would be looking at some hit props in this game. Single props like my man Maxwell Smart loves to fucking run. Over 1.5 bases props. I'd be looking at a lot of those against Brad Keller, guys, with these Detroit Tigers today. Skubal versus left-handed hitters hit 264, while right-handed hitters hit 240 last year versus him. Not that fucking good. Keller, left-handed hitters hit 301, while right-handed hitters hit 293. Fucking terrible, okay? Tyreek Skubal, first year in the fucking pros last year, gets his feet wet. Okay. Brad Keller, you've been in the league for a while, and you suck donkey dick. So, Detroit Tigers stack today is not a bad look. Salvador Perez, though, on the other hand, a Royals stack isn't a bad look either. He's batting .385 and 13 at-bats with 3 home runs, 8 RBIs off Skubal. Miguel Cabrera, he's batting .412 and 17 at-bats, no home runs, but he's been hot this year. So I'd be looking at some Miguel Cabrera over 1.5 bases today. That big guy's going to chug-a-lug-a-lug. Royals have the worst bullpen ERA to date with a 6.67 ERA. So I expect a shitty Brad Keller into a shitty bullpen. Detroit Tigers stack today, baby, guys. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Hey,
maybe of Skubal. Yes, sir.
Can I give you some gematria from yesterday that's heavily correlated to the Tigers?
Of course, this is your team. Chip in.
All right, so the Tigers started yesterday at 2-4. They won 4-2.
Oh shit!
They moved Kansas City to 2-4 on the eve of Jackie Robinson Day, 42 day. So if you're looking at that exact 6 or the 4-2 win, that's a game to start with.
I will bet that game both ways 4-2. You heard it here. Small bet, guys. I bet it like horses because I don't expect it to win. But if it does, you might see me posting my fucking nuts on the table. But then I have to give credit to Big Show. Shout out to the guy in the back giving us that fucking cool little gematria information. I see my guys out there. My guy G looking like Flightline money. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. We love us some Flightline. If you don't know about Flightline, don't worry about it. But yeah, guys, like I said, we're looking at stacks in both of these games. If anybody I expect to do well, I do expect Tyreek Skubal to have a bounce back. But there are some guys with some decent numbers versus him. Next game out, guys, we have the Cardinals at the Brewers. Miles Mikolas versus Freddie Peralta. Good old hot Freddie Peralta. Miles Mikolas didn't make it out the 3rd inning in the Pirates versus the Pirates last time out. He has a career 3.86 ERA, and he was 1-1 with a 3.5 ERA and 2 starts versus the Brewers last year. He went 5 innings plus in each game. He has a home ERA of 3.56 and away of 5.65 last year. So he loves him some Busch Stadium. Guess what? You're not at Busch Stadium, bud. You're over there at the Brewers now. So tough titties, bro. This seems like a game where it's not going to be good for Mr. Miles. Brewers are hitting 229, but a 700 OPS right now versus right-handers. So the average, about league average, the OPS, they're getting there and they're humming. Freddie Peralta, on the other hand, he's another ace that the Brewers get to run out. Another ace. That they are sickening in their pitching department, in my eyes, and to a lot of people also. If you look through the box score, it looked like Peralta had a bad game if you just look at the numbers last game out. He only went 4 innings, giving up 3 runs. Those 3 runs were in the first inning, and then he calmed down. He didn't have control of his slider. He hung a couple sliders, and he got fucking torched for that. Peralta was 0-2 with a 5.29 ERA and 4 starts last year versus the Cardinals. 2 quality starts, 2 games he didn't make it out the second inning. So 2 games he goes 6 plus, 2 games he gets cracked. That to me is oh fuck, I can't take you today. I love me Freddie Peralta, and he probably and might have a dominant type game, and the Brewers bullpen is rested after the day off of not pitching yesterday because they got waxed. So Williams and Hader should be ready to go. Look at Williams' fastball though. It was down 5 miles per hour last time out, so they might give him an extra day off. So at least Hader should be ready to rock. Cardinals this year, they're hitting 226 with a 695 OPS. Cardinals are a bang on versus lefties. They're a kick back and pick your spots versus righties. They like to play Albert Pujols, guys. Albert Pujols sucks versus righties. He crushes lefties, but he's going to be detrimental to that lineup when he puts them out there versus right-handers. Mikolas last year, left-handed hitters hit 270. Well, I had to take his last 3 years combined because he did miss 2020 with COVID, so I had to go through his last 3 years combined. Left-handed hitters hit 275, while right-handed hitters hit 245. He's not fooling too many people, guys. He throws about 90 miles per hour, and he relies on pinpoint accuracy, guys. He throws a lot of strikes, and I don't know if that's the right thing to be doing at the Brewers ballpark, guys. The way they were humming yesterday, baseball's a real streaky sport, guys. When your bats are hot, your bats are hot. So Brewers looked like they came alive yesterday versus a really good quality pitcher that's done pretty well versus them lifetime and smacked me right in the kisser. Thank you, Wainwright. Yelich is the only batter with 10 at-bats versus Mikolas, and he's struggling at 158 average and 19 at-bats. So that's a big sample size, and he's struggling versus him. But Yelich did have some really good quality at-bats yesterday. One thing about games I do bet on, I will have them all up. I will have them on the radio or some sort. I will watch that game, and I'll try to find a way off if I can, if I'm on the wrong side. I was definitely on the wrong side of fucking all of them from the get-go yesterday. So sometimes it is what it is. Arenado's crushing Peralta, 313 and 16 at-bats with 3 home runs. Goldschmidt, 429 and 14 at-bats, 2 home runs, guys. So this is a stay off for me. I can't hate anybody looking at running those 2 combined together in any type of DraftKings stack or running the over 1.5 bases on those guys. I would definitely look in running both of their home run props together, but they have to be over the plus 300 mark because one of them probably hits. If both, cool. But if you're betting under plus 300, it's not worth the payout of only one hitting. So gotta make calculated risks when you were betting. And that's that. On to the next game, guys. Cubs at your Colorado fucking Rockies. Best bullpen having ass Rockies. Who would have thought? Marcus Stroman versus German Marquez. 2 really good pitchers, guys, in my opinion. Oh, I see you. I see my chat. Oh, they out there today. My guy C-Mac with the fucking pack. Smash the damn like if you haven't. I appreciate the crew that's in here. Let's get to the monies now. The de facto ace of the Chicago Cubs, Marcus Stroman, guys. To my eyes, he's a solid number 2 or 3 on any other team, but he is the ace of this team. He's going to bring his fucking hard hat and lunch pail every time about Stroman. That's one thing you could fucking bank on Stroman. This guy expects himself to be good every time out. Whether he is or not, that's on him. He has a career 3.62 ERA. He went 8 innings last year in his only start, and that was in Colorado. 3 hits, 1 run. Not fucking bad, guys. Not fucking bad. My thing is if you could show you could pitch at Colorado, you could probably pitch there again. That means your pitches play up in that weather. Certain pitches don't break, certain pitches do. So if you're a changeup pitcher, your ball will be all right. You rely heavily on your slider, you rely heavily on your curveball, you're going to lose 2-3 inches of break in Colorado. And that's just is what it is, and that's baseball playing there. Marcus Stroman has shown he can hang there, so I would be looking at a no-run first inning. I know my guy Nilo hit me up in the chat about that. He's Sharpie, it's plus money. What do you think? I think it's not bad, guys. Seeing Colorado versus right-handers are hitting 231 with a 677 OPS. They crush lefties. They don't crush righties. They do have a decent lineup. Blackman does lead off versus righties, so I wouldn't mind looking at any Blackman props. He will get a run through the lineup, and the Chicago's bullpen is bad. So if they can get to Stroman, they will open up some things. Even though that bullpen held their damn thing yesterday versus them. German Marquez. Key with him, first 45 pitches, guys. If he's fucking on, you live bet that full usually, and you're going to win. If he's humming, he's humming. If he's not, he's not. If he's got control, he's ready to roll. And like I said last time with German Marquez, he's fucking bet on right now. Last year, he fucking made a stink of not being traded. This guy wants to be traded. He's an ace, guys. He has a better ERA in Colorado than on the road last year. Who can fucking say that? So we rolled out with him last week. He hit versus a really good Dodgers lineup, guys. He fucking put those guys down and rolled. So I don't expect anything different from German Marquez today. And I think Marcus Stroman could hang. So no run first inning, I like the under first 5 in this game. And I actually like the under full game in this game. So there's a little bit of sides and total action. Stroman last year, left-handed hitters hit 239, while right-handed hitters hit 245. Marquez, left-handed hitters hit a whopping 265, while right-handed hitters hit 215. The only player with 10 at-bats is Hayward, who is batting 410 at-bats, but no home run. And you will never catch me betting a Hayward prop over. I'm sorry, guys. I think he's one of the worst fucking hitters in baseball. And he's only playing because the amount of money they paid that guy because of what they thought he was going to be. He's a great defensive player. I don't like his bat. Tricky game here, guys. Could be super well pitched, or it could be one of these guys gets served up. So I don't see both getting served up. If you're looking at DraftKings and you play multiple lineups, I would look at running both of these pitchers on different ones. I see one of them having a dominant game, if not both. So hopefully they both can and cash us a little no-run first inning on this one. Both pins have been good. I said the Cubs pin was trash. Coming into the year, I had them down as a trash pin. They have been solid this year, so I'll take that back at the beginning. I gotta go by the numbers, guys. But the Rockies pin has been dominant, and if Marquez can go a solid 6, he's gonna roll, guys. So I'm gonna live bet this game. Give you a tip right there. Like I said, if he's on at 45, I'm rolling with the Rockies money line. Next game out, guys. If you haven't, smash the damn like. Oh, what up, GTM? My guy. Ain't seen you in a minute. Good seeing you. If you're out there in Twitter world, come over here, guys. Hit the damn link. Jump into the chat. Say hi. Give us your plays. Hook us up with something, guys. We love some props. We want to hear from you too, guys. I'm not just the only prop junkie in the world. Am I? Nah. This game out's big to me, guys. Braves at Padres. Kyle Wright versus Mackenzie Gore. Shout out to our guy Moose that's been in the chat. I don't know if he's there today, but he's going to this game. He's going to be, I believe, 5 rows back watching this stud the Padres are finally calling up. We've got the battle of the 2017 draft going on in this game. Kyle Wright was drafted 5th overall, while Mackenzie Gore was drafted 3rd overall. Kyle Wright was drafted out of Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is a pitching factory. They produce fucking major league pitching, where Mackenzie Gore got drafted straight out of high school. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. You get drafted out of high school 3rd overall, you're expecting some big things, and this guy has done big things. Kyle Wright, guys, he has a career 6+ ERA in the majors, but his best AAA season last year, and seems to have carried it into the season, going 6 innings, 0-run ball versus the Reds last week. The Reds, though, have not been hitting right-handed pitching to the tune of what the Padres are going to be hitting. Padres have been hitting 265 with a 712 OPS for righties. And last night, I was on the under in that game. I got smoked. But I watched that game. Like I said, I watch every game I have money on. And damn, were the Padres taking some good at-bats. Damn, were they making some good swings. They were not looking like that at the beginning of the year. Machado's looking hot. Profar was looking hot. Their young stud, Abraham Hall, with the home run. damn, this team's starting to hum batting wise, guys, and the only fucking clog in their system is Will Myers. So hopefully they give him a day off. On the other side, we've got Mackenzie Gore. He missed 2020 and 2021, guys, due to Tommy John. He's the sixth best left-handed pitching prospect in all of baseball, and he's the top prospect in the Padres farm system. He's a legit four-pitch pitcher from the left-handed sides. Averages about 95 miles per hour on his fastball, will top out around the 98 at times. He's got a legit slider, a legit curve, and a plus changeup. This guy is going to be a John Means plus, guys. That's what you need to look at. Everybody looks at John Means. Oh, he's a good fastball changeup pitcher. No, guys. This is a good fastball changeup pitcher. And I'm sure you've heard his first spring training starts. If you haven't, he went 5 innings, 0 runs, 7 strikeouts. This guy has a 12K per 9 in the minors. He is nasty, and I'm going to look at running his Ks. I'm going to look at running his fantasy score. I expect him to go 5+ innings if he can hang, but he is going versus a team right now that is smashing lefties this year to a 296, 807 OPS. That's why a lot of people are going to look to fade him. I bet that. They're going to look at those numbers. They're going to be like, damn, I want. They probably won't back Kyle Wright because that's going to be crazy. If he comes back out with back-to-back good quality starts, I'm going to start jumping on that Kyle Wright train, guys, because like I said, Vanderbilt produces quality MLB pitchers, so this guy might have turned the corner. Mackenzie Gore, though, on the other hand, but let me get back to that. 296, 807 OPS. Only 50 at-bats, guys. That's what you need to take into effect. Give me that after 100 at-bats, and we'll talk. But a lot of people are looking at these numbers, guys, and not looking at the at-bats. Come on, man. Come on, man. We ain't like that here. We go farther back. We learn from losing money around this place, so we ain't doing that right here, guys. We ain't taking those stats. We'll look at them. We'll appreciate them, but we ain't going to take it too much into effect, okay? My opinion. Batters, like I said, neither one of these guys have seen each other, but I couldn't hate anybody looking to fade these guys. Gore's making his first ever major league start. I would say more often than not, that does not pan out for these pitchers. Lodolo didn't pan out. Excuse me. A lot of these guys, dude, they need to get their feet wet. I think Gore's ready. I think they've been holding Gore back for a reason. It's time to let the fucking beast out. And he's going to be released today, guys. He's going to be released. And the whole world will soon be on Mackenzie fucking Gore. Yes, that's his middle name because he's that fucking good. But I can't hate anybody trying to fade those guys. I would look at a Padres stack in my eyes. I would look at a Padres are humming. They're hitting right-handed pitchers. But like I said, Braves do have those numbers in 50 at-bats versus left-handed pitcher. So something's going to pan out today. Either lefties are going to keep smoking or Mackenzie Gore is going to show that he's Mackenzie fucking Gore. Come on, baby. Fantasy score, Mackenzie Gore, over. Let's get to that prize picks. On to the fucking next game, baby. 2 more left. Shout out to you guys hanging in there. I know it's a long card. We getting through there. We powering through it. Astros at Mariners. Odorizzi versus Marco Gonzalez. Another game where a lot of people are going to look to fade Marco Gonzalez because the Astros versus lefty. Odorizzi. He's a career 3.9 ERA. He was a lot better at home last year than he was on the road by 1.5 runs. That's a big home road split. But we are talking now Safeco Field, one of the best pitcher-friendly ballparks in all of baseball. We're talking nighttime Safeco Field where the ball dies. I was on the one game the Astros played Marco Gonzalez last year. We'll get to that later. I was on the over Astros team total. Didn't fucking hit because all these home run balls died at the warning track. Guys. Take that into effect. Safeco Field kills home runs, kills totals, kills overs. I understand it because I bet it. And like I said, you learn from losing, guys. Like he's gonna pitch in a pitcher-friendly ballpark. He was 2-2 last year versus the Mariners with a 3.9 ERA, never going to the sixth inning. Mariners versus right-handed are only hitting 200 with a 637 OPS this year. So not really good, guys, but they seem to have a decent little read on Odorizzi. To not go 6 innings, I don't expect him to go more than 4. Last time out, he was only ready to go 40, 45, and they piggybacked him with Javier. I could see the same type of situation happening today. Odorizzi into Javier. So I might look to live bet that as Javier enters the game. I am not an Odorizzi backer myself. Marco Gonzalez on the other hand, he has a career 4 ERA, but didn't make it out the second inning versus the Twins, who've been racking left-handed pitchers until the great Clayton Kershaw fucking stepped into the arena with them and no hit, no walk, perfect game them into the 7th. But different team, different game, different pitcher. Last time out versus them, it was in Seattle's ballpark last year. He only went up against them 1 time. He went 6 innings, 2 runs, while giving up 8 hits. So the hits were there, guys, and the home runs fucking died. So I'm going to be looking at Jose Altuve over 1.5 bases prop-wise. I'll be looking at his fantasy score. Jose Altuve loves himself a lefty. Jose Altuve's been humming this year. On the other hand, the Astros have not been humming versus left-handed pitching. But they have all year. They ain't been striking out this year, but they ain't been humming. They got to Reed Detmers, okay? Mad Bum fucking handled those fools. He handled them. He did his damn thing. Versus left-handers, they're struggling this year, batting 175, 617 OPS, but like I said, 63 at bats. Let's look at that back in 100. And Marco Gonzalez is not Mad Bum. Mad Bum's a crafty fucking veteran. Marco Gonzalez is a bottom of the barrel pitcher. He can have a good game every now and then, but more often than not, he's gonna fucking shit the fucking bed. So no Mariners have good numbers with more than 10 at bats for Odorizzi. So I can't hate anybody looking at the Astros today. But don't look at Odorizzi to get the win. I don't expect him to go up too long into the game. His arm isn't ready. He was battling for the starting position with Javier, and like I said, I expect Javier to piggyback him. Altuve is crushing Gonzalez, 417 and 24 at bats. Bregman is 246 and 280 and 26 at bats. Maldonado 333 and 21 at bats, while Brantley's hitting 429 and 21 at bats. God dang, I can't use the Lord's name in vain, but damn, man. Damn, man, they see this guy. Well, DraftKings, dude, I'd say 50% are going to be running Astro stacks today, and I can't hate it. And I expect the Astros to smack this guy. But don't be surprised if the runs ain't there, guys. It's Safeco Field, and it tends to help this guy. It helps him a lot. So, careful. Safeco Field robs home runs. Last game out, the best game out, and I'm pretty sure they saved it because it's Jackie Robinson Day. The man. I can't quote you on the exact amount of years, but was called up April 15th. I believe it was 1962. Don't fucking quote me. But he broke the fucking color barrier. Yes, there was a few already called up ahead of him. But this motherfucking man did things that opened up baseball to the world. To the Dominicans, to more than just the blacks. Baseball ain't what it is, guys, without this fucking man and what he had to go through. And I can't even imagine being a white man. So shout out to that guy and his family for the shit that dude had to go through to make baseball what this great sport is today. Because fuck, it's a fucking great sport. I love this sport. Let's get into this fucking Reds at Dodgers games. Let's smash them likes. We're trying to hit a fucking record. So let's get it for Jackie Robinson if it ain't for me. So let's get into Vladimir Gutierrez versus Tony Gonsolin. Gutierrez, he was so-so in the minors. Not that good being brought up last year with a career 4.72 ERA. That's not his issue. His control issue is the issue. In 2021 in AAA was the only time in his career where he had a whip under 1.3. Too many people are getting on base with this, guys. And the Dodgers are seeing the ball really fucking well. 22 runs in the last 3 games. They're taking their walks. They're taking their bats. And Justin Turner and Cody Bellinger are starting to see the fucking ball, guys. Watch out, fucking league, if those two are starting to hum. Because we already know what fucking Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Justin Turner and Trey Turner are going to do and are doing. I laughed my ass off hearing a stat watching the game last night, guys. If you're going to beat the Dodgers, we're going to take your best player. So, careful to any fucking team who wants to take or win the World Series from us this year. Okay? Mookie Betts beat us. Next year, we got him. Trey Turner won the World Series. Next year, we fucking got him. Who won the World Series last year? Oh, the Braves? Oh, fucking Freddie Freeman, come on over. They're now hitting 1, 2, and 3 for the Dodgers. You really want to fuck with us? I don't think so. Tony Gonsolin, the cat man himself. Once again, someone call this guy out on Twitter because I'm the fucking cat man. I got 6 cats, bro. You ain't on my level, but you could probably whoop my ass on a pitching level. So let's get into this 9th overall draft. Not 9th overall. He's drafted in the 9th round by the Dodgers. He has a 2.7 homer ERA and a 3.86 road ERA. Last time out, he wasn't good versus the Rockies, where career-wise, he has been good at the Rockies and versus the Rockies, whether it's home or away. He's coming off his worst spring ever. So to me, Tony Gonsolin is going to have to be a wait and see. I know the Dodgers in a -2 to 300 is a bet on. Tony Gonsolin right now is a not bet on. He's not shown me anything this spring or in this last time out. So I need this guy to calm the fuck down and settle the fuck in, or else he's going to lose his job because we've got lots of guys barking to pitch. The Reds this year are batting a putrid 178, 567 OPS versus right-handed pitchers. And India got hurt last night. Their best fucking player is probably not going to be in the lineup tonight. And they're already only hitting 178. Well, those putrid-ass numbers are damn near close to the Rockies' numbers versus right-handers. And he didn't go well. So I don't want to read too much into those numbers myself. No batters have more than 5 at-bats versus any of these pitchers. Neither of them haven't been in the league that long. Gutierrez last year, left-handed hitters hit 250 while right-handed hitters hit 271. The Dodgers are going to keep on humming and rolling today, guys. These bats are hot. I don't expect nothing to change, and I wouldn't be surprised. I'd expect a slow start, though. Let's be realistic. They're going to have a huge fucking ceremony at Dodger Stadium. That might take them an inning or two to get going. So maybe no run first inning is a key, tricky spot in this game. It's going to take some balls going up against that Dodger lineup. But it's going to be like a 40, 45-minute wait in the dugout watching this Jackie Robinson freaking ceremony. So take that into effect. That really can hamper a team sitting there when they just warmed up to get ready. So let's get into Tony Gonsolin. Left-handed hitters hit 213 last year, while right-handers hit 185. Dodgers are rolling, like I said, and Turner and Bellinger are starting to see the fucking ball. Turner sees it, bro. You're in for a big one. But if Bellinger starts hitting, the Dodgers are going to become unbeatable. Straight up. He's batting 8th in the lineup, and he's a former MVP. Watch the fuck out betting on or against the Dodgers right now. Like, I am a Dodger fan, but I'm also not a homer, guys. I will bet against my team, and I will fade my team when I see the chance. Right now is not the time to be trying to fade the Dodgers in any which way. Hitting props, I'd be looking at all the Dodgers over 1.5 bases. I know that's psychotic, but you're probably going to hit 5, 6 out of 9. And at the end of the day, that's a profitable day. I could see big stacks coming from the Dodgers. Once again, the Dodgers have an elite bullpen. And Kimbrel hasn't even got the taste of Dodger Stadium yet. He was warming up last night, and we got 4 or 5 runs in the 8th. So he didn't get the welcoming like Freddie Freeman got last night. The 50,000 fans chanting, Freddie, 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 Freddie. Braves didn't chant him like that. Welcome home, you Orange County kid. Welcome home where you belong in Dodger blue. So shout out to the chat, guys. Smash the damn like if you already haven't. This show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Go on over there, use the promo code PUBSports. your first $100 deposit for a $100 match bonus. Shout out to the guy upstairs, Big Show, man. He been producing. He got like 17 shows to do today. So let's get this thing rolling. Thank you, and let's go.